미국 전역을 공포에 떨게 한 하나의 사건. 모두를 두렵게 만든 것은 바로 타이레놀이었습니다. 거의 전 국민의 집에 있는 이 평범하고 친숙한 약물. 1982년 미국에선 무슨 일이 있었을까요?
Don't use Tylenol.
1982년 가을의 어느 날 사망한 젊은 남성.
Thousands of calls in a 31-year career, but there are some that just come back like a ton of bricks. The gentleman's name was Adam Janus. He was 27 years old, built like a bull, 27 years old, healthy, except for cold. We lost him.
이 가정의 비극은 거기서 끝이 아니었습니다.
My brother Stanley and Teresa, I guess they were depressed. Maybe they had a headache. There was Tylenol sitting on top of them.
Just before 6 o'clock, deja vu, code 1, for the man down. And the guys looked at me, they said, it's impossible, he's dead. 3 people, all in one family.
의심되는 건 단 하나.
I wanted to see if there was anything suspicious. There was nothing.
I said, the only thing these people had in common for the day is they all took a Tylenol.
타이레놀. 그날 아침에도 비슷한 일이 있었고.
The lady from Elk Grove, her name is Kellerman. She lost her little girl this morning, 12 years old. Healthy little girl, the only thing she did was take Tylenol.
당시 담당 의는 캡슐 안에 무언가가 있다고 직감했습니다.
I remember thinking it can't be Tylenol overdose because you have to take tons of pills and it takes 2-3 days before you die. And these people died so quickly. I was pacing in the room looking through the pharmacologic books, and that's when I thought cyanide poisoning. So I took 2 samples of blood from Stanley and Teresa. Can you have someone check for cyanide?
그의 의심은 사실이었죠.
They're positive. People's lives are on the line.
재빨리 사건을 공표했지만
They talked about deaths that had taken place, poisonings. You shouldn't take Tylenol.
The Cook County Medical Examiner's office here in Chicago has definitely confirmed the presence of cyanide in 2 separate bottles of extra-strength Tylenol.
피해자는 점점 늘어났습니다.
I was 8 years old. My mom was 27 years old. She had just given birth to her 4th child. And I remember her coming out of the bathroom and saying, I feel weird. Her breathing was erratic. She went into convulsions, and I just watched her hit the floor. I'm watching my mom, go out on a stretcher. And we did not find out until the next afternoon what had happened. And my dad had taken us upstairs and said, Jesus came down to take your mom to live with him.
이 지역의 누구도 안전하지 않았고
The general population of northeastern Illinois, the Chicago metropolitan area, was about 6 million people. And there was terror, there was fear.
Gary, makes me apprehensive to want to use it myself.
할 수 있는 건 타이레놀을 금지하는 것뿐이었죠.
We've been receiving calls about once every 15 seconds.
Giving warnings.
Not take Tylenol until further notice.
Warning anybody who hasn't heard about the Tylenol scare.
The warnings everywhere from the television screen.
Don't use Tylenol.
이 사건은 타이레놀의 제조사 존슨앤존슨에도 엄청난 악재였고
There was a sense of disbelief within Johnson & Johnson corporate circles that this was happening. If the poisoning had been found to take place in their manufacturing facilities, clearly would have been Johnson & Johnson's fault, and they would likely lose the trust the public had attached to that brand. Tylenol is by far and away the most profitable and successful part of the company. If they lose Tylenol, if they lose that brand, it's an existential issue.
회사는 신속하게 전량 리콜을 결정하며 사건 수습에 들어갑니다.
That has triggered a recall of nearly 5 million capsules.
To that point in time, was the largest recall in history.
얼마 후 발견된 오염된 타이레놀은
Brown rings from the cyanide.
분명한 악의를 담고 있었죠.
That it had been pulled apart and cyanide was scooped up and the capsule put back together.
FBI의 투입 이후 수사는 빠르게 진전됩니다.
It was a new way for a mass murder.
When it comes to pharmaceuticals, there are sometimes little markings with numbers. At first, All of the tainted capsules that they found came from one lot number, which was all manufactured at the same factory. But then it emerged that there were tainted capsules that came from two other lot numbers.
제조사는 누명을 벗었고
The tampering with and the poisoning of the product did not.
The determination was that the perpetrator purchased, contaminated just a few off the top, and then walked back in a store and put it on the shelf.
더 광활해진 선택지 사이에서 용의자를 가려내는 일만이 남았죠.
How long would it take someone to grab a bottle of Tylenol undetected, open up the capsule, take a little bit out, and put some cyanide powder in?
I shouldn't think over 30 seconds.
You could buy cyanide at that time from hardware stores, very wide open then for someone to do this type of crime.
There's no crime scene. Most of them died at home. Action between the victims, no witness, and no motive. Why would the killer murder these random victims?
그 사이 또 한 명의 피해자가 늘어나고
Cyanide tonight. She was a 35-year-old flight attendant.
Cook County medical examiner Dr. Robert Stein confirmed that 35-year-old airline stewardess Paula Prince was the 7th victim in the cyanide Tylenol deaths, taking her Tylenol before the warnings came out.
경찰은 그녀가 타이레놀을 구매한 약국을 조사하는데요.
Killed her at this Walgreens store the night of September 29. Miss Prince at the checkout counter that night.
What she is paying money for is going to kill her.
이곳에서 범인의 흔적이 발견됩니다.
There was a person and his eyes were directed at her.
His focus on her was so intent that I just said, that's who did it.
We have to find out who this guy is.
일주일 후 범인으로 추정되는 누군가의 협박 편지가 날아옵니다.
Tylenol demanded that $1 million be sent to Chicago's Continental Bank, or reportedly a second wave of killings would follow.
We felt like it was the real deal simply because there had some knowledge of what cyanide would do, how quickly it reacted to kill people with such a nominal cost.
And it turns out the bank account was a travel agency.
계좌 소유주를 잡아내는 건 어렵지 않았지만
And the individual was Fred McKay. He'd come from a wealthy family.
범행 동기가 없었고
Indicated it had a recent dispute with a volatile guy named Robert Richardson.
Richardson was a husband of one of the former employees there. The grievance Robert Richardson had with Lakeside Travel and McKay, the owner, was that he paid Nancy Richardson her final paycheck and the check bounced. And one of the employees, and they said that the handwriting looked like Robert Richardson's handwriting. They identified his handwriting as identical to the person who wrote the extortion letter.
The main focus of the Tylenol case.
경찰이 그를 찾아갔을 때는 이미 잠적한 뒤였지만
And the apartment was vacant at that point.
But at one point, Robert Richardson wrote an essay that was printed in the Chicago Tribune. He had his picture taken.
그의 외모는 영상 속 남자와 비슷해 보였죠.
Robert Richardson. So we got a warrant for Robert Richardson to print out wanted flyers, and we sent them around the United States.
I was a sergeant in the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. The only thing I knew about the Tylenol killings was what I saw on the news.
이 사건에는 제3의 인물이 거론됩니다.
He was identified as a guy named Richardson. Picture, and I immediately recognized him. That's not Robert Richardson. That's James Lewis.
로버트 리처드슨은 가명이었던 거죠.
Once we identified his true name and started looking into his background, the pieces seemed to fit that this could be someone that would commit a crime of this nature.
그러나 그는
They make it look like I'm the world's most horrible, dangerous person ever, and I wouldn't hurt anybody.
자신이 범인이 아니라고 주장했는데요.
Well, I'm going to poke a hole in it. Well, they're considerably smaller than they used to be.
입양되어 자랐지만 별다른 특이점은 없었던 제임스.
When Jim was a baby in a transient motel near Joplin, Missouri, he was adopted by Floyd and Charlotte Lewis, who raised him as an only child on a farm near Carl Junction, Missouri. He wasn't the greatest student in the world.
My wife and I met at the University of Missouri, and she understands.
가족을 꾸리고 평범하게 지냈지만
Tony, she had Down syndrome, and she was not a dummy. When I was working, Tony would see people passing by outside. She'd wave at anybody.
5살이 되던 해
Our daughter was born with a heart defect, a hole in the atrial wall. But When she was 5, that patch pulled loose, just very not moving. Took Tony to the emergency room. She had passed away.
딸을 잃었는데요. 그 후
Jim Lewis would come over to his house frequently to talk about Tony and reminisce about what a good little girl she was. And it made Ray West uncomfortable. Ray West had told friends that his tax man, James Lewis, had been hanging around a little too much. And that's the last anyone ever heard.
It was somewhere in the summer months. I haven't heard from Ray. Something's not right. And so he didn't see anything, but he saw that Lewis was sitting in a car watching him.
제임스의 사업장 종이에 메모를 남기고 사라졌던 그는
Ray's gone away for a few days. If you have any questions, call Jim. And the note was on Lewis & Lewis stationery. 3 weeks had gone by, and there was still no sign of Ray West.
I walked in the scene, and I looked, and I saw some blood splatters, and I looked up to the ceiling. It tells me something's not right up there.
시신으로 발견되었죠.
The victim, 72-year-old Raymond West, was found in the attic of his home, his legs cut off, his body stuffed in a plastic bag and so badly decomposed that the coroner could not determine the cause of death.
현장에서는 제임스의 머리카락이 나왔고
Later we learned that one of the hairs on the soap bar matched that of James Lewis.
After the body was found, I learned that a check had recently been presented to the local neighborhood bank, and that was for $5,000 made out to Lewis & Lewis EA, which was the taxman. It was a forgery.
둘 사이 금전 거래가 있었다는 사실도 드러납니다.
Office equipment.
The totality of all the evidence was pretty overwhelming.
I felt that I could obtain this, and my jaw dropped. Mr. Lewis's Miranda rights have been violated.
당시 형사의 실수로 모든 증거는 무효가 됩니다.
Judge ruled that they should have read me Miranda rights. That left them nothing.
Later in 1981,
그로부터 3년 후 제임스는 도용 사건에 휘말렸고
we collected phony identification, a notebook detailing the credit card scheme. We could see draft extortion letters. One thing that stuck in my mind was a book on poisoning. But when I sent detectives back out to the house to apprehend Lewis,
그대로 도주했죠. 두 사건을 바탕으로 그는 타이레놀 살인 사건의 유력한 용의자로 지목됩니다.
A nationwide search is underway for both Robert Richardson or James Lewis.
I had heard on a television my name mentioned. He wrote a letter. Well, that's good. What's it about? I wrote a letter to the company who made the Tylenol.
제조사에 협박 편지를 보낸 사람도 제임스가 맞았죠.
How could you? There's only words that come out of her mouth every once in a while.
Today, Mr. and Mrs. James Lewis, the couple that police are looking for in connection with the murders, came in the form of a handwritten letter to a Chicago newspaper.
그러나 사건 당시 부부는 뉴욕에 머물고 있었고
Police say the Lewises checked out of their Chicago apartment on September 3rd. In other words, a period including the days at the end of September when the deaths in Chicago happened. So could they be the killers?
We went through airline tickets, we went through train tickets, and we couldn't find anything.
We could not prove he was in Chicago during that time period. When
편지를 보낸 이유도 맥케이를 엿먹이기 위해서였다고 해명합니다.
Actually, I have access to making any money from that letter. It was just a piece of paper.
For whatever reason, the letter demanded $1 million, and that's the offense.
그는 검거되었고
The maximum sentence possible.
That he was the Tylenol cyanide murderer.
And as long as they continue to do this, it absolutely guarantees that they will never solve the Tylenol.
타이레놀의 포장 방식이 바뀌며
To add 3 different seals.
Box has glued flaps, and it has a tight plastic neck seal. There is a strong inner foil seal over the mouth of the bottle.
사건은 종식되는 듯했죠.
Kind of poisoning can never happen again.
Tylenol, you can trust our good name.
1983년 같은 사건이 또 일어나기 전까지는요.
Good evening. There's another Tylenol scare. This time it's in Westchester County.
Young woman, Diane Elzeroff, she takes some extra strength Tylenol before going to bed. Day, she's dead.
It indicates that the seal on the outside was intact. The seal over the aluminum foil seal over the bottles were intact.
제조사는 발빠르게 책임을 부인했지만
is that someone managed to penetrate all of those devices, then re-affix them and put it back on a shelf.
And then you also have 2 additional bottles that show up contaminated with cyanide on store shelves. Also triple sealed.
사건은 다시 1982년으로 돌아갑니다.
I really didn't know anything about the case until I became older. And then once 2000s came around and I'm a mom now, I started looking into things. And that's when I realized that maybe what I've been told is not the truth.
첫 사건 발생 전날.
I was getting hungry, so I pulled into our Johnson's west of Chicago. And on the ground was a whole bunch of pills, and it said Tylenol on it.
버려진 대량의 타이레놀을 발견했던 경관들.
He said, oh, it looks like a drug deal. Just forget about it. And all of a sudden, I started getting sick. My stomach hurts. I'm getting a headache. Arm that had the pills in had swelled up all the way.
약을 만졌던 그들은 청산가리 중독 반응을 보였지만 이 일은 묵살되었습니다.
Those capsules were supposed to be sent to the Illinois State Police Crime Lab. Somebody else countermanded that order, redirected it to some City of Chicago Health Department facility. That's almost a forgotten.
I have no idea if that was part of the Tylenol murders. Why would somebody dump a whole bunch of Tylenol? What do they call it, mystery?
But I think this event happening the day before, this is what's to come.
피해자의 딸 미셸은 사건 자료의 허점을 하나씩 짚어나갔고.
Here is the preliminary. This is the document to me that questions where my mom's extra strength Tylenol could have come from.
그녀의 시선은 초강력 타이레놀에 닿습니다.
Everybody that was ingesting this and, dropping around the Chicagoland area had taken extra strength Tylenol. But we learned that Mary Reiner purchased a bottle of regular strength Tylenol.
Poisoned extra strength Tylenol capsules within the regular strength. She had just given birth, and what I imagine happened is you leave the maternity ward with a unit dose packaging. Now, unit dose is not in a bottle, and that's coming straight from the hospital pharmacy, and dump the extra strength into the bottle of regular strength. Well, no madman can break into a secured hospital pharmacy in the retail establishment. Really just doesn't make any sense.
존슨앤존슨은 공장에 청산가리가 없다고 했지만
That turned out to be false. And is used in crucial tests of the Tylenol.
Right, there's a small quantity that's kept in a very secure place.
When in reality, it wasn't locked up, and almost anyone could walk into the room where they were keeping it.
그들은 청산가리가 제품에 들어갈 가능성 또한 알고 있었죠.
At any time, did you test Tylenol for cyanide? Yes, and it was always negative. Why do you test for cyanide?
They have a concern that somewhere in their own process, cyanide might possibly appear in their product.
Could this possibly have somehow happened in our manufacturing process or our facility?
돌아보니 너무나도 허술했던 수사 과정.
The investigators did send inspectors who spent hours in these plants, instantly exonerated Johnson & Johnson from any possibility. There is simply no way that he could make that declaration that quickly. Inspections of drug plants take far, far longer.
가장 유력한 용의자가 수사를 이끌었기 때문이었습니다.
Johnson & Johnson needed the contaminated bottles to be very limited in number and in geographic scope. Could they believably say one madman put the poisoned Tylenol on store shelves?
Would you let a suspect perform their own investigation?
유족은 존슨앤존슨이 적극적으로 사건 규모를 축소했을 거라고 추측합니다.
More than 8 million capsules, DA and other agencies. Fewer than 75 capsules, all in the Chicago area, have been found to contain cyanide.
I believe we don't know how many bottles were out there. What are the chances that 7 healthy people between the ages of 12 and 35, they were the only victims? Originally, my mom's death was labeled as a brain aneurysm. They had no idea that it was cyanide. 3 victims in one family, and that it was hard to deny something was seriously wrong. There's many more bottles out there, and probably more dead.
그러나 수거한 약병이 모두 폐기되며 증거는 사라졌고
It's going to be destroyed. That's how we assure it.
Only a mass murderer would want to destroy all the evidence. Millions of capsules that are involved in the criminal case.
Jim Burke of Johnson & Johnson.
James Burke would eventually receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
존슨앤존슨의 평판은 솟아오른 채로 사건은 미결이 됩니다.
It remains unsolved. Is it unsolved because Johnson & Johnson was really never considered to be responsible in any way for these poisonings?
그러나 몇 년 후 한 남자가 성폭행 혐의로 기소됩니다.
Was reported initially missing by her dad, found his daughter in distress.
Of the sexual assault kit that was performed, she had trauma to her cervix. It was almost from a burn, from some type of poison. He sprayed something in her face and he pulled her into his apartment.
바로 타이레놀 테러의 유력한 용의자였던 제임스였죠.
He was charged with 6 crimes, assault and battery, and sexual assault.
In any way, shape, or form, not even shaking hands.
We didn't get any of his DNA on her or within her from him.
증거는 미흡했지만 FBI는 집요하게 그의 혐의를 입증하려고 매달렸고.
He was the only one they thought did it, and they were going to get him for it.
And he told me that he understood that I wanted to interview him.
Lane, in an effort to nail down the timeline of the ransom letter, actually pokes a hole in Lewis's story. He said he spent 3 days working on the letter. That letter on October 1st. It means he wrote the letter before the story broke, which meant he had prior knowledge.
그의 집을 수색할 근거도 얻어냈습니다.
The goal was to look for any documents related to the Tylenol murders.
그러나 이때도 뚜렷한 증거는 얻어내지 못했죠.
But I thought if they had something, they must. We got this raid.
There was nothing, but they're still convinced it's him.
그의 교도소 동기는 그가 자신의 범행을 자랑했다고 증언했지만
Jim did like to brag about only thing ever getting caught and convicted of. All the cops are too stupid. Jim said that it was done out of revenge for his daughter that had passed. And the patch gave way. He blamed Johnson & Johnson for the faulty patch.
Our daughter's death is a mechanical failure. I'd have no revenge against anyone. What's it going to do?
그는 어떤 범행도 인정하지 않았습니다.
We're actively involved in the case. Believe that James Lewis not only wrote the letter, but planted the cyanide leading to the deaths of the 7 people.
그는 정말 범인이었을까요?
James Lewis is an asshole, but he is not the Tylenol killer. Why the FBI expended resources that they did in trying to tie him into the Tylenol murders, I do not know. But the FBI obtained a DNA sample.
The bottles of Tylenol had partial DNA.
Did anything come out of these attempts to take his DNA?
So is it a match? We still don't have a concrete answer. You're not going to have the FBI tell you exonerates Lewis because he's been their suspect since October of '82.
사건 발생 40여 년.
I've managed to be able to give the same answers to the same questions for 40 years. All the stuff that I've been fighting for never get it untangled before I'd be pushing up daisies.
James Lewis, the man once suspected of being linked to the Tylenol murders that shocked, has now died.
진실은 영원히 과거에 묻혔죠.
People that know I'm a victim's daughter, they always say, oh, didn't they get that guy? Didn't they get that? No, that was the extortion writer. Try to open the door to new ideas. I think America is in a place that we do know that corporations lie to us. So I do believe that the public are open and ready to understand that maybe the Tylenol murders and the way that we've been told for 42 years. Victims' families want answers.
미제 사건 타이레놀 살인은 1982년 미국에서 일어났던 독극물 중독 사망 사건을 파헤치는 3부작 다큐멘터리입니다. 전 세계에서 판매되고 있는 스테디셀러 진통제 타이레놀과 그 제조사 존슨앤존슨, 그리고 유력한 용의자 제임스 루이스를 둘러싼 진실 공방을 다루고 있죠. 범인으로 지목된 제임스는 선인이라기에 너무 많은 범죄에 연루되어 있었지만 우리는 수많은 사건으로 FBI의 수사 방향이 늘 옳은 것은 아니라는 점을 보아왔고, 제조사 또한 수상한 행보를 보였기에 충분히 의심스러웠는데요. 7명의 사망자를 냈던 이 독극물 테러는 약품 봉인 방식의 변화를 이끌어냈지만 결국 범인을 잡아내지 못한 채 미제 사건으로 남았습니다. 개인적으로는 진짜 범인이 누구인지보다는 사망사고에 연루된 기업의 사고 처리 방식이 인상 깊었던 것 같습니다. 이상 어바웃 타임이었습니다.